Vegas Junkeez. We are live.
You're
Am my bra showing?
little. Wait.
Ty.
Fucked up. It was just a disaster. It's just such a disaster. Wait,
I
we're
feel
on?
like this is-
we're on right now. She's like,
Wait, is the show live?
she's half naked. Well, it's not like live.
So
It's
I was
just,
here
you know.
all prepared, and as soon as we're on,
But we
it's a
won't
shit
edit
show.
any of this nonsense out.
Okay.
Because why?
No, of course not.
And nobody watches anyway, Adam. So it's not even a big deal. Like,
Guess who fixed it?
Yeah.
Ty. It was fine earlier.
We've got Adam Hunter with us
Anyways,
today.
Yes.
You missed him last night.
I
You
did.
keep
I'm
missing all.
so
You know, you talk a lot of
sorry.
shit. Like you're like, yeah, I want to go to this, I want to go to that,
You know
but
what happens?
you're never available.
I get a text, hey, available tonight for a gig? What are you gonna do?
What was the gig?
Take it.
Yeah, what was the gig? What was
Atmosphere.
so important that you couldn't come watch Adam Hunter perform?
I get paid to be at a
I'll represent
party,
you.
and I just look pretty, and I say, welcome to your party.
It's called Atmosphere?
It's called Atmosphere Modeling.
Wow.
And I get pretty little, you know,
You don't get those offers?
No, I get paid
Just
to
show
not,
up and look pretty?
I get paid to not show up. People are like, we'll give you $100 to
and it
not
always
come to
blows
our
my
Right.
mind sometimes that the guys think we're there as like, we work for the company.
Wow.
Like, have you ever seen me in your office? Like, what do you think? They'll start asking me about the company, and I'm like, no, I'm just here.
Do you tell them that you're here because you're getting paid to be here?
After like 10 minutes in the conversation, when they still don't get it, I'm like, bro, I'm atmosphering.
Wow.
You tell the guy? You actually
I'm
say
like,
that?
yeah, I'm like, I'm here to make your party look pretty, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to blow cover like that?
Yeah, after they get it after a while. Like someone will be like, "Oh, you really work for us," you know.
Right.
They'll like pick up on it because they'll ask us questions, or we're like, "It's a girls' night,"
Now,
and I just met the girl I'm working with, you know,
do you have to act like you're having fun?
all the time.
It's weird
But
in
we
Vegas.
can drink like we have like 1 or 2 cocktails, but still,
And they give you like,
it's all like nerdy tech people that don't care.
It's just crazy.
Don't know
There's
how to carry
so many girls in
conversation.
Vegas. You'd think you don't need to hire atmosphere models.
You'd be even in the nightclubs.
Right. No, I know they do. I know, like tons.
Like before it used to
up to
be
50
like
girls
before it
sometimes.
used to be, oh, this is insider scoop here.
Uh-oh.
I'm probably gonna get 86 from doing these gigs now. So the nightclubs.
Well, then you'll be able to go see Adam Hunter when
yeah,
I
then
call
I'll be
you.
able to see
Okay.
I
you.
actually hire Atmosphere too. I'm like, come in the crowd and laugh.
You have all these plants in your audience.
Yes.
I won't make this long.
So
But
what-
yeah, they just hire girls to be at nightclubs, and they get like a complimentary bottle, and they just get paid to hang out,
Wow.
just to make the club. Those are the clubs that are suffering, that don't have like
Now,
people come in anymore.
now, do guys like obviously hit on you at the parties?
Yeah.
Or you're not allowed to go home with them or anything? Or is
I
it
mean,
like,
if you're single, do whatever you want.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Yeah, my case, I'm just there. As soon as it's like the 4-hour shift is over, I'm already like, bags, good to go.
wow.
Really?
I Houdini, yeah.
That's like I have my daughter is 14 months old, and you know we have a nanny, and I feel bad when she's gonna realize that we actually pay her. I think she thinks that she's just like her friend that just like comes and
It's
takes
kinda
care of her and like
it's
hangs out with
kinda
her.
like
Right,
that.
right.
Like that's
Yeah.
gonna suck when all of a sudden like you
Right.
paid the
Right.
nanny to be with us. I'm like yeah, so yeah,
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
hired to be your friend for 4 hours. And then
yeah.
go
I mean
home.
that's cool. I like it. I mean it's I think that's actually like a respectable way of like of modeling in some way. You know, in a weird
Yeah.
way. Like you're not like paid to like I don't know get naked or anything. Or,
Right.
Just,
Oh, no.
just like hang out.
Just show up and look
Yeah,
pretty.
you pick your outfit, you show up, you hang out, and then you go home.
Yeah.
And then
I like
if
it.
there's like whatever, if you want to network out of it, you can. It is what it is.
Do you worry about like some guys though, like the locals or whatever? Like they all know though, right? Like they don't think like, oh, I saw this girl with this guy, or like, you know what I mean?
I mean, there's different levels of it, yeah.
Got
But no, this town, I mean, everyone that's in the industry knows what atmospheric gigs are. The ones that don't know are like the tourists or people who, like you guys.
Do you have like
probably
fake
didn't
names?
know. You know what? I don't do fake names anymore because people's memories are so terrible. You can be like, "Hi, I'm Natalie," and then 3 seconds later, they have no idea what your name is.
That's a good point.
So I don't care anymore. I used to do fake names, but now people don't remember names, right?
Right.
So
What name would you pick, like to obscure? Would you ever mess with people though when you did?
I'd say like,
speak with an
I give
accent,
them like
do that
my
kind of
sister's
stuff, or
name,
no?
which is Tamara, Tammy.
I'm
So-
Atma.
Yeah.
Sphere.
I'm Atma.
So anyway.
That's a good one. I'm gonna start using that. I'm Atma.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you had fun atmosphering.
Yeah, I
you know.
would have rather have gone to see your
I have show
show.
tonight and then tomorrow night, Sunday night.
Oh, she's going to
I'm
LA.
going to
right after
LA
this.
after this. I
Yeah.
suck. I'm
all.
She's
sorry.
too big for us.
Yeah, it happens.
I am
big.
nowhere too big.
You atmosphering in LA too, or?
No baby shower.
Okay.
Oh,
My
wow.
friend's baby shower. Yeah, high school friend. OG.
Your baby's
Homie.
only 14 months. That feels like that was ages ago to me.
It's weird, like when it comes to being a dad, like the days go by super slow, but the years go by pretty quick. Because like the day, like she'll get up at 6:30 in the morning, and then like by like 8:30, like I've already done all this stuff. Take her to a class at 10, like a music class, and then come back, nap. But now it's like noon. I'm like, we have 9 more hours to go.
You've already done 17 tasks.
I'm always like, I need a nap, you know,
Right.
and so I'm trying to get her to nap so I can nap. But then she only naps in the car when I'm driving, so I have to be up when she's napping. But we have fun. I mean, it's the best. I did a joke. Like I thought I was happy. I thought I knew what love was when I got married, and I have a baby, and now I know what it is because I really love her nanny. But no, it really is like it's the best. I don't want her to get older because I don't want her to hit. I see these like teenagers on Instagram or something, and they're like sharing lollipops with each other, or
Right.
like just naked. Or one girl got a tattoo on her face yesterday that said like "I suck dick" or something. Like,
No.
I did.
Oh.
Seriously?
The girl's like 14. She put like "I suck my dick" on her eye. You can look it
Okay.
up. And like I don't want those years.
Right, yeah.
I like
Skip
when,
those years.
I like when she sees me, she lights up and goes da 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 da.
Right.
You know, it's the greatest thing. Like it's.
You don't want life to happen.
Yeah, no. My friend Phil Davis is like most girls like want me out of the room. Like she can't wait to see me. You know,
Right.
she's just like, oh, this is great, da. It's the best. It's the best.
Is she a daddy's girl or is she mommy's?
Well, she was a mommy's girl when she was breastfeeding because I was just like the milk blocker.
Right.
So she was all about mom, and then now she's off the nipple, and now like I have like some use, you know.
Right.
So, but it's fun, you know. It's definitely hard because she's walking now. So like you turn your thing and like she's rolling off the bed.
Right. They move quick,
That
right?
sounds
Oh my
terrifying.
God! Or finding a quarter and putting it in her mouth.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, I mean, taking my bottle of Adderall and shaking it or something. It's like, fuck, no, what are
No,
you
not yet, not yet.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Right, right.
So that's the scary part.
Dang.
And then like sometimes I'll be in the bathroom. It's hard. Like even I have to go I'm going to the bathroom and then I'm like taking a dump and then I have to close the door and lock her in there because I can't get her.
Right.
So then she's like, now we have books. I have to read a book while I'm taking a dump because so that's I never thought I'd be reading like
Right.
Horton Hears a Who while taking a dump. And then
Things they don't teach you, right?
no, and
You're
then
right.
and then if she likes the book, she wants you to keep reading same book over and over again. Like now it's the
Right.
Elmo book. You hand it to me. No, again. I'm like, we know what happens at the end of the book. It's
Right.
6 pages.
It's the bonding though.
Oh, it's the best. I mean, it's just it's funny though. It's funny though, like also just being in Vegas because there was like girls that I used to hook up with when I was here. Like, know I'm married, and they're like, hey, is your wife with you? I'm like, no. They're like, oh, want to meet my friends out for drinks? I'm just like, I got to train in the morning. Like, thank you. You know.
Right.
Plus, like, where were you when I was single? Like,
Right.
I think women think that if you cheat on your wife with them or your girlfriend, that they're more valuable because there's more at stake.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And maybe,
Or they have
like,
blackmail.
or
Yeah.
maybe they've been cheated on by someone.
Yeah.
This is to get back at
Just
like
the cycle, the vicious cycle.
This is to get back at the girl that fucked
Yeah.
with their butt. But I don't even bother. I don't want to have that on my conscience.
No.
I have enough on my conscience.
You got a
Like
beautiful
what?
thing
What else
going.
is on there? Tell us. What else you got on there?
I just making. I
Tell
mean,
us everything you've done wrong. Tell us everything, Adam.
We got plenty of time.
That's the thing when you know, just in general, like when you know, like when you have like when you're single or when you have a girlfriend, like you could figure it out. If I don't eat tomorrow or if I just have a, you know, whatever, a Pop-Tart for lunch, it's fine. You know, I can
Right.
have one meal. When you have a kid, like it's just a whole different pressure.
Yeah,
there's
for sure.
3 meals that I'm responsible for, and then there's school, and now you're hearing that like private schools are like, you know, 25, 30,000 a year, and you're just
Yeah.
like, whoa. So there's like all that,
Right.
You know, like I have to make it now for someone else.
Of course.
But then also like my wife works, and then there's like when I work, like being an entertainer, you know, you do the work, but you don't necessarily know if you're gonna get paid for it. Like, like I could write a script, but I don't know if anyone will ever read it. But I have to
Right.
write the script. So you're essentially working for free until you sell that script. Well, while you're working for free, you're paying a nanny, you know, to watch the baby.
Yep.
So you're essentially losing a couple $100 a day. So
It's an excellent point, yeah.
So that's hard. That's hard. That's like,
Yeah.
You know, but
You work a lot, though. I mean, I feel like you're probably the hardest working guy out
feel
there
like
in
I
the
always feel like
scene.
I always get that a lot. You're the hardest working comedian, and then I get like insulted because I'm not the most successful. So I feel like I'm like the most improved player award, like, where you like
the coaches award.
Yeah, like hey, you're not going to start, but you work hard.
Right.
We'll keep you on the team.
You're off the bench though, at least. Yeah.
But you have that. I feel like I might screw this up, but is it at the Dime that you have something every week?
Yeah, no, I'm at the Laugh Factory almost every week.
Okay.
Hollywood.
But you you put together your own night or something, right?
Yeah, well, the
is
thing
that still going?
Every Tuesday.
Okay.
Well, the thing why I did that is because as a comic you don't want to, everyone, you could kill 10 times, but like you bomb one time, and that's, you see Adam bombed at the Laugh Factory. Like that's the one everyone wants to talk about, not the 10 ones that you did well.
No, never.
And, LA is like a showcase town, and it's hard to work on new material. And so it's hard to work on new material in town.
In what way? How come?
Because it's like for every 10 jokes you write, maybe 3 are gonna work, which means 7 are not gonna work, which means you're up there like, okay, well, all right, next joke.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So I needed a spot to work on new shit and not have that fear of not getting booked back again.
Right.
So the Dime was like a really good spot for me to like do 20, 25 minutes. I'll be able to trade spots. It only holds 20 people, so it's not like I have to really fill it. And then
is that harder though? Like I did stand up back in the day for 10 years, and if I had to go work in front of 20 people, I'd want to blow my head off. Like just numbers game. If I only get a quarter of the audience that likes
like
me,
4 people.
I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Like you don't.
No, I like it. So
I guess
much
when you're
better.
good, you don't have to worry about
Well,
that.
I have to
So
promote. I have to promote it. So
Right.
like, I don't want to have to like hit up people every week. Like, hey, come to my comedy show. Or people like blocking you, or I don't
Right.
have to go out and have to hire promoters. So that's where it's easy. If like 4 people show up, we have a show.
Right.
And the 10 people, it's crowded. But as far as that goes, no, I don't mind working. I kind of like the whole live version of a show where it's like you could fuck with people in the crowd,
Right.
and everyone feels like
Which you're great at. You were great at
thanks,
last
man.
night.
I feel like they all have like an experience. Like,
Yeah.
holy crap! Like this is never gonna happen again.
Right.
Sometimes when it's like a packed house and you're just going
It's
through
different.
your material, it's like, yeah, I could do this in front of any house. We're not really getting a unique experience,
Right.
In some ways. So I kind of like that, like messing with everybody, element.
And it might even make you better just working to a smaller
So
group
much
because
better.
you gotta kill. Like you can't.
I know,
You
so much
gotta get
better.
them.
And if a joke works in front of 20 people and it'll work, like when I opened for Russell Peters, it was 2,500 people. So it was like shooting fish, because even if like half laughed, it's 1,250 people.
By the way, Natalini had time to go see Russell Peters when he was here. I just thought you should know that.
Really?
Yeah, she had time
I
for
thought
that.
you were opening for him.
Yeah.
I was. I opened for him 2 days.
See?
Good save.
Mississippi.
I was actually there to see you, but
Of
you
course.
just
That's
never
good.
showed up.
You were at the Palms when he did that?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Palms.
This
It was
last
really
one.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, that's the thing.
I was actually hoping to see you there too because you were with him like a week or two before.
That's the thing. When you get to a certain point, all the hot. Like Bill Burr used to have a joke about how Hollywood is like, it's like you're running a marathon and you're doing it by yourself, and then you cross the finish line, and everyone's like, "We did it! We did it!" You're like, really? Like, where were you for those
Right.
last 26 miles? You know?
Right.
Yep.
But I feel like when you get to a certain point, like all the hot chicks just show up.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. All the atmosphere girls.
All
in
the
town were
atmosphere,
there
because
at
we're
Russell
getting that
Peters' show.
paycheck.
Yeah, and then when you're not hot, they all just go away.
Right.
Like, it's like bottle service at the club.
Right.
You ever see like when the bottle comes to the table, like,
Oh, the river,
Everybody's
yeah,
there.
bottle rats. That's what we call them.
yeah, like the place was empty
Yeah.
before the bottle came,
Right.
and all of a sudden you're like, and then the bottle goes away, and
Yeah.
everyone like, scatters.
Right.
You're like, oh, would you look at that? Yep, 100%. Happens.
I get it.
Was it fun working with Russell?
It was the best. I mean, it was, sometimes you get like that taste of what real success looks like.
Yeah.
I don't get it very often, but when I was with
Aw,
Russell,
stop.
no,
That's
but I mean
private
that
jets,
was that
right?
was,
It was the whole-
we were on a private jet.
Yeah, I remember. I saw on
And
Instagram.
It
yeah.
it was unbelievable. Like everything was first class, everything paid for, everybody. It was unbelievable. It was so much fun, and Russell was super nice. And he didn't tell me like certain headliners, certain guys that they don't want you to do very well in front of them. It kind of makes them work
Sure.
harder. And Russell was like, "Man, just be as funny as you possibly can. Don't
That's
hold
great.
back." Yeah, so I was like, "All right, let's do it."
Do they give you any guidelines in terms of, hey, don't talk about this, don't talk about that?
None.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
Just bring your
And-
material, make it happen.
Yeah.
And how has it been with Piven? You've done a lot of dates with Jeremy Piven,
that
which
was
is really
was
cool.
fun. I mean, Piven was like just starting out. Like he actually did the Dime Bar, and it went so bad he like basically ran off stage and like down the block, and I had to like run after him and like
Really?
like kind of be like,
Talk
hey,
him off the roof?
sort of, yeah. Like, and then
He's a funny guy. I haven't seen his stand-up yet, but I've heard he's good.
he was brand new, and he had never done like he'd only done shows really when they came to see him.
Yep.
And then when they weren't there, the club, Dime doesn't care. Like you could have like Obama could show up. He'd be
Right.
Like, all right, if you're not funny, we're not going to laugh.
Right. And probably when it's
ew.
him, there's even a little more the other way, right? Where it's like they kind of want to hate
There were a lot of
little
comics
bit.
in the room, and comics are like, anytime an actor crosses over to comedy,
Right.
comics are like, ugh, you know, like this guy's what? He's taking our stage time.
Yeah.
So some comics feel that way. So, and then Piven saw me at the Laugh Factory. He's like, hey man, can you help me out? And I worked on his act with him, and we went on the road together, and we co-headlined, and yeah, Jeremy has gotten like so much better. I mean, you realize how talented of an actor he is, because he would get off stage and they'd be like, I give him like 20 notes, and I didn't even think he was paying attention. He'd be like talking to people and doing this, that, and then the second show would come up and he would hit every note.
Really?
I'm
that's
like, oh my
awesome.
God. And he was like super humble, and he was really funny, and we figured out like what, you know, I gave him some kind of, I wouldn't say cheat codes, but like ways to kind of, like I guaranteed laughs, because he's really good at impressions, and you know, crowds always love that. And then he got really good really fast. And
Is it fun for you to kind of put on the comedy coach hat a little bit and see the result?
yeah, it's fun when you're, yeah, and with him it's also instant feedback, where sometimes like as an actor I could never give the guy a note on anything, but also as an actor, if someone gives you a note, you might be like, oh, this works better like that. And
Right.
But as a comic, you have a crowd right in front of you. So if I give you a note and you do it, they're gonna laugh or they're not gonna laugh.
You'll see the
So
instant
it's
reaction.
like having a focus group right in front of you. So I think once he trusted that I knew what I was talking about, it was like a whole different game.
Right.
You know.
How did that even happen? Did you meet him at a fight, or?
No,
I know he's a fight fan, right?
No, at the Dime Bar, the owner Andy called me up and said, "Hey, Jeremy Piven wants to do stand-up comedy. Can you give him 5 minutes?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." That's how I met a lot of people. That's how I gave Russell spots there. Chappelle came to the set there. It was like I got to go to China and Mongolia from that gig. Like somebody was like, "Hey, I'm booking a tour in Mongolia. You want to do
Oh,
it?"
that's awesome.
Sure.
If you somehow get a call from Eddie Murphy and he says he wants a spot at the Dime,
Yeah, yeah.
I expect a call, okay?
no, no,
Because
yeah.
I'm coming for that one.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Okay.
for that one. Yeah.
Just that
Oh,
one? That's
yeah, yeah.
okay.
Yes. Well, if you can, you can blow him off for
I
atmosphere
didn't blow
modeling.
him
I blow him
off. I
just
had
in
a
LA.
gig. He's so
Unless he's with Eddie
sensitive.
Murphy, you know?
I like it. I like
Yeah.
it.
So sensitive.
It happens.
You know.
Is there an actual, like, I'm not even to your world, like a coach for
comedy?
comics?
There are definitely classes you can take.
But if they're like, hey, can I hire you to come watch my stand-up, give me notes? Is there like a thing?
Yeah, there is. And
Okay.
it's easy. Like I've had comics come and ask me to like help them, and I'm more of like a writing coach. Like I'll see someone's act and I'll be like, okay, there's way too many words here, and get to the point. And why are we bringing this up? It has nothing to do with the joke. And like I'm more of a laughs per minute guy. Like I like to get as many laughs per minute
Yeah.
as you can. And a lot of times people are just talking on and on and on, and especially now with like attention spans are just at like zero.
You're very set up punch.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
said to him. So when he asked, like, hey, do you want to come to the show yesterday? I looked you up on YouTube, and you were very quick. It was like,
Yeah,
boom, boom,
yeah.
boom,
I
boom.
just hate.
That's what I
get
noticed
bored of
from
my
you.
own stories. I'm just like, I don't want to tell this story. I just
Yeah.
sometimes, and I like hearing laughter, and I just try to like base my comedy on like a Mexican boxer. And just throw as many punches as possible, and hopefully they land. I've never seen a boring Mexican boxing fight in my life.
So true.
So I just try to like just throw it out there.
Nice.
You also coach kids for wrestling.
Yes.
I've watched you. You really should follow him on Instagram.
I just
Okay.
did.
Yeah, he posts some really cool videos.
I feel very attacked today.
He posts, I know, I'm attacking you.
I feel very attacked.
He posts a lot of cool videos like talking to kids. The way you're able to get them and motivate them, it really is cool to watch.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, that's like 13 years ago. I was like in LA. I'm like, I need a daytime, part-time job. What could I do? I need some money. And then I went on Craigslist. They're like hiring wrestling coach. I wrestled in high school, and I won the New Englands a couple times, and the States, and wrestled in college for a little bit. And I was like, I could do that. So I went there. It There was like no padding on the wall. Never had a coach. Never had a program. Kids were like running headfirst in the wall. I'm like, I can't coach here. Like I'm like, we need pads on the wall. Like the kids are gonna cry anyway. But now,
Right.
So then I started the program and like just fell in love with coaching. And then the kids wanted to wrestle in high school. So I like lobbied with the parents and got them a high school program at Palisades High, and that's like.
That's where I went.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like so they
Class of '88.
There we go.
Yeah. When you were, yeah.
So they have like 8 years and running now a high school program. And I love it. I mean, it's so much fun, and it's funny. And Jay Moore is my assistant coach. So like
crazy.
So that's
Only in
kinda
LA.
Cool. That's kind of cool.
He's a funny guy.
He's hysterical. And then I bring in like UFC fighters sometimes to help coach. Mayhem just got out of jail, so he helped coach, but not at the school.
I was like, wait, he was
It's not
last
allowed, right?
Well,
Or
jail,
bad idea.
school.
it was hard
Yeah.
for me to sell to the athletic director. Hey,
Right.
my friend Mayhem coach.
Right.
He likes MMA, so he kind of knows. He's like,
Yeah.
it's had a rough go recently. Well, it was a SWAT team incident. And,
It's minor.
Yeah.
It's fine.
yeah. So then, and then I bring in like Jake Ellenberger helped coach one day,
Yep.
and Aljamain. I bring in UFC guys, and it's fun. And then I wrote a script about it because like a Mighty Ducks, Bad News Bears. And I tried to fund it and raise $500,000, and I raised like $13,000. But so then I was like, all right. But I had like 250 people that were like,
More than zero.
Where's my movie?
Right.
Like, you fucking stole money from us. I'm like, oh, no, I didn't. So then I had to rewrite it, it turned into a pilot. And then I recently shot the pilot. I just got done editing it this week. So the pilot's done. I'm super excited. Now I got to do a sizzle reel and pitch it as a TV series. But the pilot looks really good. And I almost got divorced because of it, because I didn't tell my wife that we were shooting a scene. We were shooting it in our house, but that turned into like the bedroom with this girl who used to be a playmate. The cover like 6 or 7 times.
Okay.
Okay.
This girl, Lauren Compton, if you know her. And then my wife just had the baby, and I was like focused on 100 things.
Lauren
And-
Compton's a comedian though now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then but in the scene, I'm like, hey, morning, babe. And she's like, I want to sit with people. Like, that's really it. It wasn't a sex scene or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was still in our bed. And my wife's walked in on set. After
And
we
you
were
wrote it, and you
talking.
didn't write it as a sex scene.
No.
Fail. But go ahead. Yeah.
And then my wife comes in with the coffee, and she's like, someone's like, quiet on the set. And I'm like, oh, God. And then she's like, Adam, you have a baby and a wife. And I'm like, well, not in the scene, I don't. And then she stormed out and got a hotel for the weekend. And
Really?
made me throw away the sheets and the bed stuff. I'm like, and now refuses to see it. I'm trying to trick her. I'm like, hey, let's watch something. Like, want to watch the Kardashians? I'm like, oh, look, Pinned is on. And I'm like,
Yeah, don't trick her.
No,
Don't
it
trick her.
doesn't
No,
work.
no.
Let's say with it, Pin.
Pinned, yeah. I'll show you the video.
Yeah, I would love to see
It's like
it.
24 minutes. I just sent it to people. I actually, yesterday and the day before, because I had to like, I emailed 240 people saying, thank you for here's what happened. I didn't have the movie, but here's the pilot, and I'm pitching it, and here's the sizzle. And I'm like, people are posting it now. I was like, ugh.
You gotta be careful, yeah.
Well, I don't mind it because I'm like, maybe someone will buy it.
Right.
This way.
More
At the same
exposure.
time, I didn't want to just like, I'm having like a big screening in LA for it, which I don't think my wife's gonna come to, but everyone else will. And
Now, do you
She'll be
try
there
to
facing
get-
the wall.
Do you try to get your friend, like you obviously know so many people in business, like Russell Peters or even Jeremy. Like, do you try to get them behind her, or did you try not to cross? Is that delicate?
No. Russell was out of town that week. I tried to get Jay Moore, and then he canceled on me like a couple days before. He had to do something. So I got like Eve Edwards was in it. He was my wrestling coach in high school. They kind of make him look older. Rob Belushi, who was Jim Belushi's son.
Whoa.
He actually was on my actual wrestling team in high school. So he had a part. And then Amy Paffrath, who used to host Naked Date, she's my girlfriend in it.
She's funny.
And then Dean McDermott. So
He's your podcast.
Yeah, he's like the principal in it.
Daddy Issues.
He's the principal, and then Jay Davis is in it. He's really funny. So
Jay Davis, I've known him forever. Jay Davis.
Jay's in it, and then it's a lot of fun. Although it's a really really fun. I'm super happy with it. Now I just have to like cut it down to 3 minutes, and I have to write a deck today.
Where do you have all this time? So you have that. You've got Daddy Issues podcast. You have MMA Roasted. You do stand up all over the country.
Yeah.
You're a dad.
Yeah.
I know, it's
you
hard.
train. You're
I know.
sparring tomorrow. You're getting your ass beat tomorrow, right?
Yeah, Mike Pyle.
Mike Pyle.
Yeah, Mike Pyle,
What?
UFC fighter. He's like, hey, I'll train you all week, and he was like ranked number 5 in the world.
Right.
So he's like, I'll hold mitts for you. I'm like, all right, how much I pay you? He's like, no, your money's no good. So I've been going like every day and learning a lot. Well, first he had this professional fighter kick me in the leg. You see that? Like Joanna.
Oh, yeah.
I hate
Calderwood.
watching kicks. I always feel like a bone's gonna pop
He's
out.
like, this will be your pay. So she like leg kicked me, which I got a lot of props from it, the way I handled it.
Yeah.
It hurt though.
Did it?
Oh, it really hurt. And then, so then I get a text from yesterday, your fight is on Saturday. I'm like, my fight? And like,
It was a setup.
Yeah. And then my wife's like, I don't think you really should be fighting anyone, you know, but
Right.
I'm going to go fight on Saturday. I have to go. I've been 5 days of training.
Right.
I have to fight, right?
You're sparring.
Three rounds?
It's not
What are
a
you
fight.
doing? You know,
You're gonna
it's
do
2
a spar.
rounds?
You'll just do
Yeah.
sparring,
You're
yeah.
sparring. You're fine.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But full on.
He's like, do you have a mouthpiece? I'm like, no.
Oh shit.
Like,
Oh.
yeah.
He's in it to win it.
I know, but I'm just worried because I had.
Wait, do you need mouth? I got a
No.
guy. Oh.
I had ACL surgery like 3 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
From jiu-jitsu. Like, I don't know if it's a good idea.
Do you have a show on Sunday?
Yeah, 2 shows. 2 shows Sunday. And then I got
So don't mess him up too
I got to
bad.
drive back Sunday night after the show, and then coach Monday. Take my kid to her singing her music class
Oh my gosh.
on Monday morning. That's the best.
You're wearing me out.
I
I'm
do
tired.
I do 2 gigs a week, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so much. I'm
Yeah, my wife
tired.
wants me to stop coaching wrestling. She's like, it's an hour drive, and an hour back.
But you like it.
But it's,
I love it. It's therapy.
it's
But-
fulfilling.
It was easier when I could take my daughter because I would just strap her in.
Right.
But now she hates it.
I've actually feel like I've seen a video of different fighters holding your daughter while you're doing class or something, right?
Yeah, when
Am
I
I
do
making
podcast.
this up?
No,
or,
I do
okay.
podcast.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, she's been held by like a lot of like. Evie, like what's funny because one time we were doing a podcast. Eve Edwards is like this like one of the best fighters in the world. Like this like awesome black, hilarious, talented fighter. And we were doing a podcast and I was interviewing somebody like, from like Santiago Ponzinibbio and
Yeah.
he was in Argentina and the baby's crying and then Eve is like, I'm like, Eve, can you change the diaper? The baby's like 3 months old. So he goes into the room and we have like a nanny cam and my wife's like, who the fuck is changing our baby right now? And then I screenshotted a picture.
Your poor wife is like,
I
what?
screenshotted a picture
Zooms
of, like,
in.
him with like blood all over his face, like from a fight. And I was like, this guy.
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Now, will you teach your daughter how to wrestle?
If she wants to, you know, I definitely toss her around. Like I definitely play with her and like get her, like I hold her by her feet upside down and she loves it. And we wrestle. I'm like, why do you wrestle? And she has so much fun with that. So, but I think gymnastics, something individual sport, I'm going to have her do. You know, obviously like a team sport too, but I think that creates the most character. Like,
But maybe pick something where she can go pro and
I was a
we can make
gymnast.
some money though.
Gymnastics,
you know?
yeah.
Gymnast, yeah.
Let's try to lighten your workload through the daughter. You know what I mean?
Or do what everyone else is doing and make those YouTube videos and make a profit off your kid.
Oh yeah. No, it's
It's big.
yeah.
Like kids reviewing toys. What's that one kid?
Yeah.
He reviews toys or something. He makes millions.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They do that.
It's insane.
They're doing that. There's like these twins in Arizona too that are very popular, but now they're doing skits. Like their parents obviously are writing stuff down for them, but it's insane.
Will you be like a showbiz dad?
I mean, we had one audition together because I had a commercial audition that said "Bring your baby," and then she pooped like on right when they said action. She like shit all over me.
So,
like,
did you get it?
No, she got it, but I didn't.
Right.
Yeah, so that really wasn't.
She could poop on cue.
We have to go. It's supposed to be like a tender moment. I'm supposed to be like holding her and kissing her. And
Right.
She shits all
Oh
over me.
my God. Literally right on
yeah.
cue.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's a good story.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
And then where do you go from here? You've a
I'm
couple
here,
more nights at the Trop and then
I
what?
actually go home for a couple days. Then I come back to headline the Dirty at 12:30.
Oh,
Yeah.
love. Gabe.
That's Friday night.
Yeah.
And then I go home.
Maybe
and
you'll make that. Maybe you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You can actually go to the Dirty at 12:30 like
November
you promised
1st?
you
Yeah.
would.
I will be in
And you can
Miami.
see-
Miami.
For a
Again.
gig.
Again.
I'm a busy lady.
You have no atmosphere in
Okay.
Miami?
No.
She's
I'm gonna
flown
be
all over
doing-
the world. This
I'm
is
doing-
the top atmosphere model in the world,
Well,
Adam. She
we
gets
have an
flown over.
atmosphere
She's in
hour, but I'm in a
Iceland,
costume.
Greenland.
Oh, nice.
I'm doing like a little dance routine.
She's so good you don't know she's there.
Company out
Right.
here.
Okay.
We're doing a production 5-minute routine for
Okay.
this company in Miami, and then we do like little atmosphere with costumes, and then we get to enjoy Miami for the night, and then fly back.
That's great.
So I won't be here. I'm sorry.
It happens.
So you're at the Dirty when? Next?
Next Friday.
Okay.
Then I go back Saturday, host the factory in LA, in Long Beach. And then I leave for Greenland.
Seriously, I just said Greenland. I was kidding. Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, I'm doing comedy in Greenland for the military.
Oh.
I didn't
Oh,
know-
that's amazing.
I didn't know we had a base there. Well, I guess we
Yeah.
do. Yeah, the
Well-
Bahamas and Greenland.
Well, now we know.
Bahamas.
Yeah.
Where
How long
are
are you
at?
there for, though?
Just a week.
Where in the Bahamas? Is that for military too?
Yeah, for the military. I don't even know. It's for AFE.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and then come back, and then I do Miami, and then Key West, and then and I'm back.
Is it hard for your wife when you're traveling so much?
It's always like after day 3, it gets brutal. Like the first 2 days, like I love you, I miss you. So the second day, oh, you have baby, let's do blah blah. Send me a dick pic or something. And then like, which I don't, which she doesn't really. And then third day, like I can't do this. I didn't sign up for this. Like this is bullshit. Something has to change. We have to go to therapy. Like,
You're already counting down the hours. You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and go.
How long have you been together?
3 years.
I shouldn't ask you those questions like, in case you screw it up,
You know,
right?
she's like,
Okay.
I'm like, you knew I was a comic. I didn't know you'd have to leave this much. I was like, oh god. I remember I was like working on a cruise ship. Says he had a picture of the baby crying, yelling "Dada" before I go on stage. The video.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I was
it's
like, why are you saying
brutal.
this? She's like, I just wanted you to know. I'm like, when you told me, I could.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
And then she
Oh,
called me up, she's like,
man.
the baby won't stop crying. I'm like, well, tell her about your day. That'll put her to sleep. And then she's like,
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
Do you take her with you sometimes, or does she not want to travel?
No, well, the good places. Like we went to Scottsdale, Vegas. Usually she
Yeah,
comes.
I met her here once.
Yeah.
With you. Yeah.
She doesn't come to like.
Abroad places.
She doesn't want to go to Minot, North
We're not,
Dakota.
we're not
That's
going to go to
happening.
Little Rock, Arkansas,
Right.
or something. I mean,
Don't
not
blame
that
her.
I don't mind Little Rock, but just it depends on if I'm at a hotel or a comedy condo.
Got
Because
it.
comedy condos are usually kind of rough. You know, like they.
They what? They
so
just
like,
house you in a.
Well, just like you know that you're sleeping on a bed that like 8,000 comics have jerked off in, you know, and
Yes.
so. And,
John?
But some of the greats.
John, does this include you?
There's actually props when Time Carrot Top jerked off. Like, oh my god.
Can I get a video guy interjection? Can I drop a bomb right there? When she starts
Yeah.
on that part?
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
cool.
Yeah, why not? Just do it. Do it.
Boom.
So yeah, but she'll come. I mean, but it's also like fun when she comes, but then it's hard because like Vegas, she'll come, but then I got to do shows at night,
Right.
and then she's got to be in the room with the baby. Like I took the baby to the show one time, and she started heckling me. The baby did. Started yelling, "Dada, Dada!" I'm like, I'm being heckled by my own kid. Like,
Speaking of which, you chew those hecklers up and spit them out like it's nobody's business.
those are fun. Yeah,
Like,
those are fun. Yeah.
you're so quick.
Those are the ones that I post though too. A lot of those videos. I post the wins.
That's just the highlight reel. I post the wins.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been doing comedy for like 21 years, probably over that, and you know, I'm not at that like the thing about Jeremy Piven, you know, is like he started off with Funny Bones and Improv. I mean, a couple dive bars here and there, but like when you don't have a name, you got to do any gig they tell you, and those are a lot of like I started in New York doing comedy in like laundromats, literally
Right.
laundromats.
Wow.
People are doing laundry while you're telling your jokes. There's a video of it, like on me on True Life. I'm a comedian. I'm doing comedy, and people are doing their laundry. It was actually funny. This guy Andrew Donnelly he made me laugh. He went on stage and he goes, there was no stage. He went up and he was like, looked at the dryer. He goes, let me put this on No Career. And I was like, but like I was on there. Like Dimitri Martin was on the laundromat doing
Wow.
comedy with me, and so was Brody Stevens and Judah Friedlander. It was like great comics. And then there was a Krispy Kreme donut shop we did, and then a supermarket where like you were doing well if you held up the line. And people like got up and looked up from the cashier. That meant like it was a good joke.
Oh my gosh.
So-
Did you get over the PA system, or how did you get it? You just-
No, and there was like a speaker, and then actually the PA system would go off, and someone would be like, "We have an in-house heckler." So like, and then it was like, I did like the Puerto Rican show at midnight at the New York, like a room that was like this big, or you know, cruise ships, or you know, barbershops, or backyards.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many bar gigs we've done where people were like watching the game. It's
How
like,
do you power through that?
I know.
How do you do
and
that?
it's the game, and then it's like the fourth quarter, and it's tie, and there's 30 seconds left, and they turn off, and they're like, time for the comedy, and like, this is like before your cell phones even had like the
Right,
updates.
right.
People are like, what the, like, what?
Right, what are you doing?
You're like, hey, so where are you from? I mean, just the
Oh
worst.
my God.
I used to be the warm-up comic on the Playboy channel for a show called Night Calls, where it was two porn stars hosted it, Jesse Jane and Kirsten Price. They'd be like 15 naked girls, like scissoring each other, and then a crowd
Scissoring
literally
each
scissoring each other. I'm not kidding.
He's painting the whole picture, you know?
Literally
we have
a
to
crowd
literally.
of people that did not want to be seen.
Right.
And then my job was to be like, so where are you from, sir? And they'd be like
You're-
I'm like
you're
obstructing the view of
kidding.
naked girl. No, just like,
Oh my god.
so when you have all those horrible gigs, like it leads you to like have to think on your feet,
Right.
Because people are gonna like fuck you or get off the stage or you suck or
Right.
you know. So that's like don't quit your day job or you know. So that forces you to get good at that. Unfortunately, like that's usually not what people see on television. You know.
Yeah.
People see like a guy in front of a brick wall killing. They don't see like the menu being thrown at your head or like. Which I've had.
Have you had that?
Yeah, and then you hit me in the middle of the head. Like it was like my 4th audition for the Montreal Comedy Festival. Like I was like, and then some lady just hurled a menu at my head, or I had beers thrown at me.
Oh my
I've had
gosh.
people challenge me to fights.
I was going to ask you, have you had guys come up to you like after the show because you're pretty accessible?
During the show, I had a guy step on stage. And
Really?
And I'm like, sit down, sir. This is not. Or I did a show at a. If you look up comedian attacked at wedding, they hired me to like marry a couple. And then
If you look up comedian attacked at
it's got like a 500,000 hits.
I mean, I was actually looking that up before I came in here.
I'm doing it right now. I gotta look this up
And
right
then this
now.
guy pushed me.
Uh-huh,
They
I'm
told me
listening.
They told me to hire. They hired me to like roast people while I marry them. I pretend to marry them, and then just do 45 minutes of comedy, like, and then not tell anyone in the backyard what was going on. So I started making
It comes
fun.
right up. Look at that.
Yeah,
comedian
yeah.
attacked at wedding.
And then I'm making fun of some guy.
And this is gonna be you.
Some guy gets up and pushes me because I was like, sorry, your band broke up. Like, way to have, like, heard me make fun of his highlights. I guess his band had just broken up. And he pushed me, and I was like, don't stop believing. And then I had to do another 40 minutes of comedy after that. It was brutal.
That is the worst.
It was all like Navy SEALs in the crowd. So I didn't even like fight the guy back. It's like,
Oh my God.
yeah. So like, you just, you know.
I have a category of showbiz and gigs I've done. It's called the shit I do for money. Like
Yeah.
the things that you put yourself through just to
Right.
like get exposed, network, meet people, and I'm just like, I walk away and I'm like, what the hell was that? What did I just do?
Yeah, I mean, it never, even yesterday, I was on somebody's show, Dennis Bono.
Yeah, Dennis Bono.
Yeah, I didn't know, I thought I was doing a radio interview.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I'm like wearing this.
At the South Point.
Yeah, I'm wearing like this. Everyone's in
Yeah.
a tuxedo. There's like
Yeah.
opera singers.
Yeah, oh, it's like a
doo-wop,
big- yeah.
And he's interviewing me, and I'm like
Oh,
doing
no.
5 minutes in front of the average age is like dead.
Right,
You know,
right.
like, I'm like, no, I'm kidding. It was a beautiful crowd, but it was like older.
Sure.
Like 90. you
Sure.
know. And I'm like, so yeah, no one even knows what I'm like. This is gonna help people to our show. Like, this is crazy. But I was happy to be there. But
Yeah.
I was like, I did not think I was gonna be on that show at 2 PM.
Right,
So
right.
It's just one. It's always like they had me do comedy one time in an octagon, like in the middle of a cage fight, like in between fights. So like, do stand up. I'm like, oh, this will go well, you know. Like, luckily, like the ring girls were there. I was like, well, if you're here, who's at the strip club? Just like, you know, you just gotta do it.
Do you do a lot of improv? Is that your style? Sorry, since I didn't see your show.
No, improv. I mean, it's not like improv as in like give me a topic or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's more like improv of like what do you do and then just go with that. You know, like somebody Monday was like, I work with jets, and I was like, oh, like in a hot tub. You know, like I was so sort of like just like a lot of mismatch. You know, like that kind of improv. It's not
Right.
like improv of like, you know, let's pick a scene or something. you know.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
I know you're grinding, right?
Yeah.
But do you ever think like, wow, like, you know, you posted on Instagram, you posted it more like a, hey, come check me out, I'm at Laugh Factory, but you're on the billboard, like it's a pretty cool thing.
no.
Like, do you enjoy that part, or are you just caught up in the grind?
I mean, 100%. Like, I like when I was giving out flyers in Times Square for 3 years. I gave out flyers to Hamburger Harry's restaurant. That was to get people to do a comedy show. We trick tourists and tell them that they're like comics from like Comedy Central and MTV, and then it would just be us, you know. And they'd be like, "That's the guy that gave me the flyer."
No, but wait.
And like, if you give up, whoever had the most flyers got to do more time. That was like our pay. So when I was giving out flyers in Times Square, like I didn't think like one day. Well, actually, I did think that, but I didn't like. It's pretty cool. Like one day I'm gonna have a billboard. You know,
Right.
like, I was just in the beginning just doing it because I was like, this was fun. and it was like I wanted to do something that I enjoy. So when I have a billboard, I'm like, holy shit, this is pretty cool. That like people have to drive by and see my face.
Yeah.
And
you have so many fighters come out and support you every time you're in town. I see you.
Yeah, the fighters are like I think also like, you know, fighting and comedy and podcasting. It's like, they're like, I don't say they're not real jobs, but they're jobs that you would do for free.
Right.
And that you get paid for it. And that you love doing. So I think there's a lot of similarities. And like the grind is like, so, you know, you get so fucked over by.
It's relatable.
Yeah.
Grind is very relatable.
People still owe me money from gigs I've done, and I have to like, you're chasing paychecks all the time. And you're always wondering like, where am I going to be in 6 months? And so I think there's a lot of like, it's definitely not the norm. You know, I think most people tell you like, go to high school, go to college, get your degree, go to grad school, get a job, you know, retire by 60 and, you know, get married in between. And this is definitely not along that path.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
it's stressful along the way, but if you just need the one, right?
Well,
you need the one.
No, I don't think you need the one. I think that you guys just love doing it.
You're doing what you love. A lot of people cannot say that.
I don't think there really is a one. You know, I think it's just like, I think that is one of the keys to depression, is to thinking that there's like a one.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, when I get to that point, then I'll be happy. And then let's say you get to that point, you're not happy. You're like, what? But
right. Now what?
I think if I actually like, okay, I get to like do what I want and I love what I do. And that's what my wife sometimes gets mad. Like, this is your job. You know, like I'm writing the song about like all about the cake and chicken for Cormier, or I'm writing a song for, and I'm like, look at this. And she's like, this is your job. Like, right about. Right. But like, but she thinks that because I like what I do, sometimes it's not a real job.
Right.
But she does love the fact that, you know, the grind and everything. But I think it is true in a way. If you actually enjoy what you do, it's great. I mean, I get to do comedy for an hour and a half a night and make people laugh in Vegas and write jokes during the day and train during the day. And especially now with the baby, it's as much as like sometimes it sucks being away. Like when I'm home, I get to take her to like all the mommy and me classes, and I get to like go to take her to the park and take her to the Gymboree, and there's almost never any fathers there. You know, they're almost always working. It's either me, the moms, and the nannies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
That's a good point. Yeah.
I just love the fact that I can
enjoy your baby. Yeah.
You know, because a lot of times the nannies are on the phones or something, or you know. But I actually I love it. You know.
Yeah.
So.
And how did daddy issues come about?
Well, I met Dean McDermott through the dime, and I didn't even know who Dean really was. I kind of knew him from Tory. I think I watched the Tory show once.
Oh yeah.
And then
That was a.
yeah, it started off really well. And they had like an in, and then
That was rough.
Ended up with him in rehab.
Yeah.
But he likes MMA, so I had him on the podcast. And at the time, I was living in a rough. It was before I just met my wife, and she hated it. I kind of lived in like the hood. Even like Rashad Evans is like, damn, you live in.
Where were you?
Well, it wasn't the hood to me, but it was like in like North Hollywood, sort of. But it was like there were a lot of helicopters looking for people at night. But
if there's helicopters, you're in the hood.
Yeah.
I grew up around that.
It was like $1,500 for a 2-bedroom. I thought I was a steal. And looking for what I'm paying now, it was.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a refrigerator, and there were a lot of flies everywhere, and the dog peed everywhere. It was whatever. So my wife.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
My wife said that I got her to fall in love with me before she saw my place.
Good.
Like, she might not have fallen in love with me if she's seen it. But anyway, so Dean, maybe he saw my place. I told him we're having a baby, and then he just gave me all this baby stuff, like that he had gotten for their show, like unwrapped, just like $1,500 strollers, and this and that stuff I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
So the show's already there. Or no, what show? The show.
No.
About the show
so
with
then, the VH1. Dean had all this stuff, so he gave me a bunch of
got it.
stuff.
Okay.
And then we became like friends, and then he wanted to do comedy. I was sort of coaching him, and then I was putting him up with the dime, and he's like, we should do a podcast together. So I was like, okay. And then my friend Nikki Paris is a really funny comic. He's gay, he has a different element to it, and then we started doing it at the Comedy Store, and it's been like. It's been great. Like we've been getting tons of press from it. Like we did. We had Denise Richards on, and she talked about some stuff that went viral. And Tori came on, and Dean came on. So we've been getting a lot of like anytime Dean says anything, it gets picked up by like Us Weekly.
Right.
He actually had to kind of curve that out a little bit because I guess like he was saying how Tori got bejazzled, and then that was like on the front cover of the news, or like they
The front cover
they go
of
to
the
the
news.
bathroom with the door open,
Right.
and that was on the news. I'm not sure how this is news, but like
It's news.
like they have
Someone.
sex every day. So then like on like Yahoo News, it's like Tori and Dean have sex every day. I'm like the kid was on fucking like it was
That's
hilarious.
news,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah, he has
It's
a
news.
tattoo that says like Tori above his penis, and he does have that for real.
So before we get out
I
of
learned
here,
a lot today.
right? Before we get out of here, what's next? What haven't you done that you want to do?
Well, I got an Amazon Prime special called Adam Hunter Still Broke. So
Do you have an Amazon wish list?
so download that. And then Pinned hopefully will get picked up. And then working on other TV shows, other show I'm close to selling, cross fingers. And then working for the PFL. So watch the PFL, Professional Fight League. Then yeah, check out Daddy Issues, MMA Roasted. And now we're at Speedweed Studios now. Speedweed has their own studios. They deliver weed.
Yeah.
Speedweed.
Speedweed, yes.
Speedweed.
Got it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Which is great, actually. They have great THC sex lube. I don't know if you ever tried it.
No.
But the sex with my wife is so much better now.
Really?
It was great before.
THC.
But like, yeah, you put it on your
Sex
dick
lube.
and put it in, and
Like-
it's just like,
There you
Did
go.
it-
feels great. Like
Does it smell like?
does it smell a little bit like
weed? Is
a
it
little bit,
flavors?
but your dick gets high.
Okay.
Okay. And then you have the
Vagina gets-
munchies after? Or
Yeah,
how
yeah.
does that
And
work?
then all of a sudden it gobbles
And then
up.
it gets munchies, and there you
You
go.
gotta-
It eats everything in its path.
You gotta dip it in a cookie dough afterwards.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you for coming on.
Adam Hunter.